Hey everybody, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. As you can see, there's a bit of a mess behind me. I will be leaving today to get on my way to New Mexico, but I thought I'd do one more react before I go. So, excuse the mess behind me. This is just a temporary thing. And the next time you guys see me live, I will be in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So, I've done some readings on Deedee and Nadar. If you guys remember, I did a reading on them to see where they were at because I had a feeling there was some funkiness going on. And there is, confirmed by Sunburst Tarot, because she released a reading on Dei and Nat and pretty much saying that, yeah, they're having some hardships right now. They're having some serious hardships. And I want to give my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the reading, as well as let you know about Sunburst Tarot if you've never heard of her channel. Really great channel, really great reader. And look down below in the description to find her channel and find the video. Give her a like, give her a sub, and give her a comment if you'd like. So we're going to get into the reading and see what she has to say. So let me just go ahead and bring her up. And then I got to get started with the packing again. All right. So let's go.
Is it actually her condo? I thought we had heard that maybe Deedee, like it was actually her mom's condo and she was just living there. But so there's something going on with their living situation. Four of Wands is the home of the family, the foundations here. Financial influences, they are spending more than they are making. I don't know. Does Deedee still have her job? I know she got let go from her longtime corporate job, but then she got a new one, and I don't know if she's at that one anymore or if she's completely gone. I don't know. Again, few things about me. I've been in girl world for about 4 years, so I kind of have some context for things. So maybe I've taken it in left turn. Maybe I've gone and taken a right turn when I should have taken a left turn. Feel free, let me know your thoughts, opinions, and conclusions down in the comments below.
Well, Sunburst, I've been feeling for a minute that those two are having financial issues, financial hardships. I think that Natter, once upon a time, he was dead spoiled by Foodie Beauty. He just got used to having the good life without having to work for it. Got used to her going to Farm Boy and Adonis and buying all the good food for him for his trash cooking lives and having his phone bill paid for and the rent paid for and going on to trips to Montreal and going to nice hotels. I mean, she gave him so much in the way of material things and money. So much so that he actually turned down $2,000 to keep the drama going. That's just how spoiled and in his head he was. But it's been 3 years, and I'm sure the money has gone down. He's not getting the views. He's not making the money off his channel. So the feeling is that Natter is tired. He's tired of the struggle. And he wants to be a sugar baby again. And that's why he's talking to Chantal. It's not about, I miss you, Chantal, come back. I want to hang out with you. It's about, I miss your money. And the only way that I know that I can get access to your money is to sugar talk you a little bit. So I've been feeling like Deedee and Natter, they're having a tower moment where there is some strife. I feel like there's arguments, there's fights, there's disagreements, and there is just a disenchantment with it all, where he's just tired of the struggle. He's been spoiled and he misses being spoiled and he feels like being with her he's not going to get spoiled. He's got a very inflated sense of self, like he's worth more than what he actually is. So that's leading to a lot of fighting between the two of them.
Also, yeah, Temperance, they're making more money than what they can. Ooh, they are in the poorhouse.
Ooh,
Five of Pentacles and hopes and fears. They are running very, very low on
love
food.
that for them.
And that's a major stressor in this relationship. Five of Pentacles. Unseen obstacles, the moon. They are also keeping secrets from one another, or someone's keeping secrets from a different person, and those are coming out. Is Nader taking money from Deedee, or did they start selling like things that were in the apartment? Allegedly conspiracy, whatever. Uh Moon is like things are coming out of the woodwork. We're learning about things. Are they trying to sell things that are in the apartment that might not be theirs to sell, like furniture, cooking utensils, clothing, electronics. Like, do they even have a TV anymore? Like, have we seen any of this? So it feels like they are that low on funds.
Wow. So there is some hardship there. Hence the reason why Natter is hitting up Foodie so hard and talking to her so much.
Because the challenge here is the King of Wands. Overindulgence. Someone thinking that they're hot shit when they aren't.
Mm.
That's Nader,
Yep.
in my opinion here. Being overzealous, overburdened, overbearing in the King of Wands type of energy. It's like, I'm the hottest shit since sliced bread. So what I want is what I'll get. And it's like, ah,
You know, the thing about Natter is that he's got this inflated sense of self, and yet there's no reason for him to feel that way. And if he wanted money, all he's got to do is go out and get a job that he thinks he's above getting a job. Like, Natter just needs to get it through his head. He's what, in his 40s now, late 30s, and trying to throw that kind of game around at women. The older you get, and especially with the way him looking the way that he does and not having any skills or suave or uh, situation, how much longer can you throw that game around, Natter? Like, you hit a gold mine when you ran into Foodie Beauty. Like, you found a really dumb one with lots of money. And you should have realized that you ran into a dumb one with lots of money and hung on to it as long as you could. But you just got spoiled and you got entitled. And when she offered $2,000 to start to keep up the drama, you said no and you walked away from it. And now you're having buyer's remorse. You are seriously regretting it. It's been 3 years. You thought you could make it without Foodie, but you forgot that you came on YouTube with virtually no talent, no skills whatsoever. She made a channel for you. She handed you an audience, and all you had to do was just keep up with it. You just had to keep up with it, like make great content and make some money. And you never did. You never improved your camera angles for someone who does cooking lives. You never explained the ingredients, showed everything being appealing. It was always trash. And trash does not really sell on YouTube unless there's something interesting about it. So yeah, like you've got an inflated sense of self, but why? Like, what are you bringing to YouTube? Nothing. And you're going to get precisely the same out of YouTube. Nothing.
hit a off. What's going for this couple is the Ten of Swords. They're ending of a toxic ass cycle here. It feels like Ten of Swords is like they've been backstabbed, they've been betrayed, but now we're healing from that moment. So I'm wondering now if they're like, we're moving on from this, from whatever they were in, and now they're moving into a different one. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Because here in the past, they were balancing the finances, balancing how things were going. They were good. They were at least making even, but they aren't even making even anymore. And then here in the future, the lovers. These two are staying together no matter how, because they're codependent on each other at this point. When you see the lovers in a relationship reading, everyone's like, oh, it's the divine timing. It's my love. It's my person coming in. It's like, let's rethink that. So you want to be in love with love. I also see this as two people who could be extremely codependent, where it's like one needs the other to survive.
Yeah, and I think that's Natter. See, there was talk on another tarot channel, Melissa Gold Tarot, where she did a reading, and it looked like Natter was supposed to meet up with Chantal in Thailand. Like, he did a video entitled Going to Egypt. I don't think he was going to Egypt. I think maybe he was going to go to Thailand, but I think he rethought that. He considered the idea that if he went to Thailand and if Deedee got too angry about that, she could just take all of his stuff and toss it out the door and change the lock, and that would be the end of that. So he got to thinking, I have a home. Do I want to risk having a home over a visit with Foodie and then come back to Canada and not have a home? So he stayed put. He absolutely stayed put. So Natter depends on Deedee to have a home. From the sounds of it, he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have his own income. There is no savings. So he has to think about his home base before he thinks about anything else. And I think Deedee stays with Natter because of all the drama that happened with he and her and Chantal. And it's more like, I fought hard for this. I'm not going to get rid of it because I fought so hard, because I went through so much. So she might be holding on to Natter for that reason, or the fact that he's just so unbalanced. There's no polite way to say, can you please leave my house and go live somewhere else? It would never happen. Natter actually thinks that Deedee's house is his house. He calls it his house, even though it's not his house. So he acts like he owns it, and he can be domineering at times. And she wants to stay on the good side of that. So she says nothing. So yeah, you're right. They hold on to each other for the wrong reasons. It's not true love. It's just, you're here and I can't shove you out, and I'm here because I have nowhere else to go and no money to get there.
And that's kind of what I'm picking up in this situation. What other information we have? The world. We have a new cycle starting up here. King of Swords. Gonna speak my truth, weave my web of tales with the Page of Cups. That's my Nadar card. So he's showing up here, but there's another guy. Interesting. King of Swords. Two guys.
Ooh.
The world. We're starting a new cycle here. Rapid movement forward. But the King of Cups reversed. This is odd. Because this is also my Nadar card. He shows up as my Cups cards typically, as well as my Wands cards. He's never shown up as Pentacles. He's not my Pentacle dude. Not at all. Interesting. So we're starting off here when it comes to this relationship. He's manipulating this situation. I'm wondering if he's even going. It's like overall, this is about him manipulating the situation to get what he wants. Pretty blatant in my opinion here. So we're starting a new cycle. Whether this is a new hustle, a new story. Because with this King of Swords here as well, it's like I gotta weave a tale, I gotta weave a web of new things, manipulating people to get what I want, using my emotions, maybe pulling on the heartstrings to get what I want here, and doing so rapidly. Because it's like he's pulling every punch that he can to, I think, stay in this, stay where they're at. Because I don't know if they're gonna be able to stay in this Deedee's condo, because I don't think it's Deedee's condo. They're fighting about this location. I don't know. They're very close to being in the poorhouse on the streets here. That's wild. I want to actually pull specifically at what these secrets might be. So like what's been revealed, and that's kind of the obstacle here. What is that kind of all about? Like I said, I did think it might have been like, oh, are they trying to sell things? But I want to just get some confirmation. Maybe this is also, maybe this feels like there's more than just one thing that's being revealed here. So it's not just, I don't think it's just like things are coming to, like maybe the people are learning about things that they've sold. Because again, they are having money issues, in my opinion here. Yeah, and then like with the moon card, things are getting revealed, and that's the obstacle here. So I'm wondering if that's between the two of them. So let's take a look. Let's see. What is this? What's being revealed here between the two of them? The Eight of Cups, walking away, or walking away emotionally from situations, people, places, things that don't do as. Why? Because I'm trying to escape or detach myself from negative influences on my life. Someone wants to leave. Oh. Someone wants to leave. Someone's been thinking about leaving. Financial influences, because I have a better opportunity available to me. And that's why they're fighting.
And I think it might be Natter. I think it might be Natter. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Deedee these days, but if there's a possibility that Foodie might be coming back to Canada, or she's thinking about it, Natter's going to want to have the strongest influence to bring her back. So if he's by himself, he could say, I am by myself and Deedee won't be in the way, versus I'm living with Deedee and she's going to be an obstacle. If Chantal still got money and can still make money, and they're already having hardship problems, and there might be a possibility of, say, an eviction, or they have to move out. Uh, the one thing that he's been worried about and concerned about, which is the apartment, if that is no longer a concern, he's going to say to himself, what do I have to lose? Not living in this condo anymore. What do I have to lose?
Oh, is this Nader who wants to leave? Hopes and fears, they know this is coming. High priestess is like, I have an intuition. I know this is coming. Someone knows that this is coming, and I can't stop them from doing so.
That's Deedee. I feel that's Deedee. Like if she has any inkling that Nader is talking to Chantal, and she knows that Chantal has money and how much that Chantal is still very much infatuated with Nader, then she knows that if they're having money problems, like whatever influence her in the house had over Nader, it's disappearing, because the threat of losing those things is very much there. So I think she knows. I mean, women's intuition, it's a thing. You know in your heart of hearts when something's about to happen sometimes, and I think she knows.
Unseen obstacles, the Nine of Pentacles, though. What? Okay. So when I'm looking at the Nine of Pentacles here, Nine of Pentacles typically is all about, oh, you've made your bag and now you're kind of sitting on the top of off of your pile of money that you've made because you've made it. In this card, this specific deck, I've always seen it as fracture. And here it feels like it's a mixture of the two, where it's like, in leaving, I get to be a better version of myself. However, I have to leave parts of me behind to do so. And that's the obstacle here, is that, like, I don't know if this person who someone wants to walk away because they have a better opportunity available in front of them. The other person has an inkling that this is going to happen. Who the challenge is the Two of Wands. They aren't seeing, they're looking, they aren't seeing the bigger picture though of this situation, of this secret that's been revealed. What's going for them is someone just going to do something by the willy-nilly. they're following their they're following their other head here. They're following their rooster here, is what it feels like, and that's what's kind of leading them to go where they need to go. In the past, again, this Ace of Pentacles, this is born out of a frustration of money or not having money or resources available to them. These two are like, if I'm like looking at their bank account, like if they have $100 in the bank, in the savings account, they're happy. That's how like poor they feel. And then here in the future, the Knight of Wands, we all gotta defend ourselves against something. Something's coming from these two. Someone's wanting to walk away and like leave this toxic relationship someone because this could also be being led by a head, but this also might be someone coming in. Is this Deedee's brother maybe? Coming in and being like, hey, we got better opportunities, we got better things, we need to get you out of there now. Because it's like someone wants to leave and get out of this situation. I'm wondering if it's Deedee who's like, I want to be done, I'm over it, I'm done. Because I don't know if there's squatting rules or anything in Montreal or Quebec, and how that all works, and if like, can they legally kick Nadar out of a location that he's now in? Can Deedee kick him out, or does someone else in the family need to? Because again, if I remember correctly, I don't think it's actually Deedee's condo. I think it's her mom's condo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the word for the day is instability. So on one side of the fence, you have instability, where if they're having money problems, hardships, they're basically close to being in the red and absolutely broke. And there's a possibility of an eviction, or you have to move out. There's no safe place to land anymore. Like the home is unstable. The home could be taken away at any time. So there's that instability. On the other side of the fence, there's the instability if Nader is trying to hitch his wagon to Chantal and treat it as a situation of she's going to save me, she's going to send me money, she's going to put me up, or she's going to come back to Canada and I can live with her or be supported by her. That is an unstable plan all by itself because Chantal's very, very, very sick and very lethargic, and she's not going to be energetic like she was 3 years ago. Like her health has really, really gone down. Anything can happen to her at any time. So, no matter which side you go to, there's instability and there's no soft place to land. Nader lucked out when he found Deedee because he had a soft place to land for a long time. And in that time that he was with Deedee, he did not create one for himself. He didn't have a backup plan or a plan B. And it sounds like things are falling apart rapidly.
Okay. So I'm thinking Deedee wants to walk away here. And that's becoming a major issue, and someone's trying to help her walk away. So let's just get. I'm gonna do a quick read on Dee Dee's energy. I'm then gonna do a read on.
You know, I don't like Deedee, but Spirit is telling me to say this, that she was a different person before she met Nader. You know, she was working, she was making her own money, she was much more stable. And in the time that she's been with Nader, she's been a completely different person and changing into a different person. And maybe this breakup happening, it'll be good for her because she can find herself again. She's not herself. She's a horrible person, true. She said horrible things, true, to back up Nader and also to be in on things with Nader. But she's lost a lot of herself being with Nader. Like, you guys think back when she first got with Nader, she took care of herself. She was well groomed. She had her nails done. She had the condo. Like, she had herself together. She was working and making money. And she's lost a lot of things being with Nader. And she needs to find those things again and find herself again.
On Nadar's energy, and we'll see what's kind of going on there because someone wants to walk away from this. I think it's Deedee. These two are fighting like cats and dogs, though.
Yeah.
Like
I
behind
felt
the
that.
scenes, like
I felt that and I saw that the tower card. Like ooh, they're having fights. They're having arguments. The stress level is high. And that will happen when you're having money problems. Yes or no, everybody? Like when money is tight, you're feeling the stress, you're feeling the pressure. You want to take the pressure off, but you're not quite sure how. Like their whole relationship has been based on not true love, but Nader needing a safe place to land, Deedee providing him one, and then bonding over who? Chantal. It was because of Chantal that they came to know of each other. It was because of Chantal that they bonded together. It's never been about, I love you and I want to take care of you and be the best me I can be for you. They bonded over the wrong things and they've clung together for the wrong reasons. And it's coming back to bite them in both of their butts.
kind of scared, honestly. I mean, I remember crack at Olympics.
Yeah, I do too.
Like we saw all the allegations flying around there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you want those allegations flying? Not me. No, sorry, Bob.
Nope.
All right, let's take a look here at Dee Dee's energy. What's going on with Ms. Deedee? Ten of Cups. She is going through it. She's going through it. She feels super disconnected from her family and her mom. I wondered when the last time she saw her mom. She does not feel connected to them. I'm wondering if she misses her mom, if she wants her mom, or to be more connected with her. But she feels.
You know, can I just give a word about that, Sunburst? I heard about some of the things that were happening in that house with her mother, with her sick mother. That Deedee was allowing Nader to give her sick mother baths, which is disgusting. How could you do that, Deedee? Shame on you. And I'm so glad that Deedee's mom is no longer there. But Deedee, you should feel a sense of shame for the things that you allowed your mother to witness and be witness to at her house, not your house. Shame on you. Shame. Shame, that's your mother. And you allowed that man to touch her and to put her through it. What's wrong with you? Okay, sorry, rant over. Let's keep going.
Feels super disconnected from her, is what this is looking like. Uh, I think she also sees her mom, like she's also looking for new ways to make money, or she is the major breadwinner. I also think she sees her family as a way of getting money or getting resources to of getting resources. I also wonder if she got cut off here. She's gotten cut off and now she's looking to maybe a family member or someone to kind of help her out because she wants to be victorious. Her hopes and fears here, Six of Wands. I want to be victorious. I want to come out ahead. I don't want to be kind of stuck where I'm at. However, unseen obstacle, the justice is the decisions that you have made are the decisions that you will now live with, good, bad, or indifferent, with the justice card here. This is a very complicated relationship that she has with her mom and with her family. In one aspect, again, all alleged, it feels like she wants to go to her family to get her resources and money to just live because I think they are that desperate for money. On the other hand, here, it's at the same time, it's like, I want them to help me get out of this situation, but it's like she doesn't know how to get out of this situation. I also feel from the family's perspective that they want Deedee to leave and not be with this dude. However, they're at the same time, it's like you've made these decisions and you kind of have to figure it out. You're old enough. Challenge here is the King of Swords. There he is, Mr. I got a plan and a story and a narrative for everything. He does keep very tight, in my opinion. No facts. Remember, y'all, no facts. He keeps a very, very tight leash on
Yes,
Deedee.
he does. And
He,
I think that might be part of the problem. If she wants to reach out to family and say, "Look, I'm done with this. I'm burnt out. I don't know what to do. This guy is with me. I don't know how to make him leave. I don't know what to do." Like I just keep feeling that Natter does keep a tight leash on her. I feel like he doesn't let her make phone calls. He's there all the time, that she has absolutely no privacy or no room to make phone calls or go see family. You know, like he maintains his power over her by making sure there are no outside influences to disrupt his power on her. You know, like, and that's what abusive people do. Like they get control of you and they maintain control by acting like a warden, watching your every move, listening to your every word, making sure that you're not talking to anybody else that might come in and be a voice of reason. So I can see that, but it's really hard to have sympathy for Deedee because she knew what she was getting into before she got into it, and she chose to get into it anyway. And it's been 3 years, and I don't know if there was something that she could do, but it's been a while, and it's like she just accepted it, and here we are. So how do you break away from somebody like Natter? How do you get away from him? uh I would say maybe if somebody else owns the condo, if it belongs to the mom or the brother or somebody, if family can come in and take control and get them both out, then maybe that might be the chance that's needed to get Deedee with them. Just take her in and say, "I'm sorry, you're not family. We're not going to take you in." And then that would be that.
if she does something he knows about,
Yeah.
he is very controlling, in my opinion. What's going for her is whatever she, whether or not she wants this relationship to change, it's changing.
Yeah.
Forced death and rebirth is what's going for her. This is going to be forced upon it.
Spirit is telling me something right now. It's saying, what's the exact wording? It's saying the true intention and reason of the relationship is being revealed. Like, what's the foundation? What is the bottom layer that everything was built on in the first place? And the bottom layer is not soulmates, true love. The bottom layer has always been because we're both benefiting from each other in different ways. And that's why we're here. And that's what binds us together. And as long as that bottom layer exists and it's strong, then we are strong. But if that bottom layer disappears, it's all going to fall apart. So the foundation matters in a relationship. That's what you build everything else on top of. And the bottom layer has always been about money and material goods, getting money, having a nice home. Well, the money's disappearing. It sounds like it's almost gone, and the home might be disappearing. So if the foundation isn't there, then everything else on top is going to crumble.
Or forced upon her. Whatever this relationship is, whatever the energy she's in, it's forced to be changed because it's not staying the same no more. Uh, mm-mm. Here in the past, the Knight of Swords, them bickering back and forth, but also another Nader. He he. So why? If people would ask, like, why do we see this as like a king and a knight? It's because he comes off as naive and stupid to get into people's heads and to get that first step through the door, knight type energy. Then once he gets in, then he shows his true colors, which is this king type of energy where it's like, I'm gonna be the big boss and puff out his chest, the little tiny chest that he does have. I do not like this man. I do not like
Nobody
him
does.
at all. If you want to flame me in the comments for making fun of him, go for it. I really don't care. Goodness gracious. But yeah, then he gets in there and now he's like this king type of energy because he feels so full of himself. And and that's why he can show up as two different because like there's one energy that he presents himself as which kind of gets him through the door and then he comes in and takes over the entire life.
Kind of sounds like
So
Chantal.
if people have questions like why can they show up as the both, well that's how they can. They're one way and then they're the other way and in reality he's just an idiot. But again, just my personal opinions. Okay, and then here in the future we have the King of Wands upright.
I'm kind of struck by something right now. I'm just thinking about it. So, Foodie, she and Natter are two peas in a pod, those two. You know, on the outside, they look like complete opposites, but on the inside, the soul level, they're exactly the same. They're both rotten and putrid to the core. They're both selfish and self serving and self absorbed and narcissistic and strangely enough, vain. But they derive power from borrowing off of other people's power and resources and material goods and so forth. So, Foodie has felt powerful for a while because on one side, she's got Salah doing her bidding. On the other side, she's been talking Natter. So that made her feel good about herself. But she's losing control of Salah very, very rapidly. I think she's lost control, and that's why he's been absent in her chat. And there might be fake Salahs in there. But Natter, Natter is only around for the money. And if she loses control of both men, I think that's going to cause a bit of a breakdown for her, like a serious breakdown. Going back to Natter, how that's relatable. Natter was all full of himself. Oh, he felt like king of the castle, smartest guy in the room. He, on one side, he had one woman that he was living with, living in her house, rent free, had her completely controlled. On the other side, he had Chantal paying for all the bills and paying for all the rent, buying all the groceries. So he had his needs covered by two women. But it sounds like the woman that he's living with, she's getting about sick of it and something might be changing. So his world's about to be rocked. He's not going to have a home. And the other woman that he has sort of control of, that he's trying to get control of, she's in bad health and she's sick. Who knows what's going to happen to Chantal? Her money's not the same as it was. So he's not quite the king of the mountain anymore, is he? It's more like king of an anthill that's rapidly declining.
Deedee, you need to leave this. I want to swear so bad. I want to swear. You need to leave him because he's just going to keep coming back again and again and again and again. And he's going to keep using that other head of his to keep luring or keeping his alluring presence. Not really.
You know, Nader and Chantal, they both operate under the same thinking. This is all I've got, or you're all I've got. Since neither one of them has much in the way of resources or plan B or anything, they cling on to the little bit they do have and try to make it work.
Um, Keeping her coming back. And like, Deedee, you're worth so much more than this. Nodder, just get your ass in jail.
Yeah,
My opinions here. But again, that's what this feels like, is that she's going to keep going back and back and back
he's
again,
stupid.
and it's going to be this same cycle that she keeps repeating until, because like, I don't think she's able to leave him, in my opinion.
He won't
And
let her go because that's what abusive people do, controlling people do. They absolutely will not let you go. Even if you try to leave or if you're living somewhere new, they'll follow you, they'll stalk you. They'll call you all day long, they'll blow up your phone. That's what abusive people do. When they feel like their control is being threatened, they'll do something to try to get it back. They'll follow you, they will harass you until you relent and go, okay, okay, come on back, just shut up and leave me alone.
that's why the unseen obstacles, like, these are the decisions you've made, so it's up to
Yeah,
you.
you wanted him, now you got him, and you were so triumphant having him over Chantal. How do you feel now, Deedee? How about them apples? They taste good. Do they taste good? Is it taste rotten right about now? Well, you asked for that.
You make to make better decisions. You reap what you sow, right?
Yep.
From her energy, she's got stuff that she hasn't told him, with the moon card reversed. Queen of Swords, she's not saying anything. Again, Two of Swords, no, stuck indecision. Three of Cups, she is talking to other people behind his back.
Ooh.
She's living a very dangerous fine line here.
I just got a picture in my head of I keep seeing it. This is not a gross picture. I see Deedee in the bathroom, like taking the phone into the bathroom to talk quietly. I don't know if Nader is asleep or something. I think he might be, but I keep seeing that she's going into the bathroom because that's one of the private areas of the house and whispering on the phone to somebody.
Just pulling it all together. It's the Nine of Wands. No. No, 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 no. Deedee, no. Okay. Remember, all alleged for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what sort of shenaniganery they have going on behind the scenes, but it feels like she's almost becoming a lure for him.
Allure?
Why I say that? The moon card. These are things that she has been keeping hidden secret. Queen of Swords, manipulating, not telling the whole truth about a situation, using the words that she knows that she can use but not incriminate herself. Two of Swords. Oh, we got two decisions that we can make with the Three of Cups. I'm trying to bring in a third person here. With the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is typically walking on eggshells. That's typically the regular. In this case, Wands in this deck has always been, I'm trying to make you see what I see, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. We are pulling the wool in front of your eyes. We are controlling or manipulating you to see how we see things. This is someone behind her telling her what to say, do, think, and feel, and how to bring in others. I think she's now becoming a lure for him. My opinions here. This has kind of been maybe kept more on the down low, but I think he's trying to use Deedee to get more people in.
Oh God.
My opinion here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's just go into Mr. Natter. So energy here, and then I'll look into what's the most likely future for these two, and then I'm gonna end it. I am head up. I chose this though. I chose this, but man, if I saw him in Canadian winter with his skinny ass just sitting there and it's like negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit out, I would keep driving. I'm not. He can find another sucker. No, thank you. No sympathy at all.
You know, I'm gonna go a little bit personal right now, even though I don't have to. I have met and been involved with men who had an inflated sense of self. Notice I'm not with them, but back in the day when I was young and stupid, I got involved with uh, men who had an inflated sense of self and they like to throw game. And I always pose the question to them, what are you going to do when you get to a certain age? And that certain age could be any age. But when you get to that certain age when you're not young anymore and you can't throw the same game, like you're so busy running around playing games with people and using people, when you get to a certain age when you are much, much older and you look much, much older, what are you going to do? You know, you spend so much time playing games that you never considered that you are getting older and it's time to get your head out of your butt and do for yourself versus trying to find other people to do for you. And Natter, he's not thinking about that either. Like like I said, he's in late 30s, early 40s. I'm not sure how old he is, but he's not young anymore. He can't throw the game that he thinks he can. I mean, he's not that guy that he can speak several languages and he's highly skilled and well dressed and well groomed and looking very attractive. And he's the kind of guy that a woman can have on her arm and taken to a posh party and he would fit right in. You know what I mean? He wants to be Mr. Player guy, but he wasn't even smart enough to upgrade himself to where he looks the part and he could pull in more fish. No, he just always stayed looking the same, never improving himself. So, what are you going to do, Natter? What are you going to do? You can't throw the game that you used to, sir. You got lucky with the two fish you did pull in your net, but both of them are going to fall apart on you real quick.
Let's just take a look. What's going on here with Mr. Nadar? What's his general energy like, guys? With a face of, I hate my life. But you know what? I chose this. I chose this.
You did.
Da-da-da.
You're
And I
down.
don't want to leave you guys hanging because you know what?
You're down the rabbit hole. You might as well just stay there a few more minutes. Find out all you can since you're there, so you don't have to dive back down that sucker later. That's all it is.
I'm curious as well, but I'm fed up. So, okay, let's take a look at what's going on with him. Ten of Cups. This little family of his is going, whatever he's built for himself is just gone.
Yep.
Why is this the Knight of Swords? Because he is an idiot.
Yep.
Or he's trying to manipulate this situation in some way, shape, or form. That's what he's doing. He's manipulating it, weaving his web of tales, also coming off a little bit more naive than what he has shown himself to be. Yeah, remember, he's showing up as the Knight of Swords. He's showing up as the King of Swords. There is a difference between the two energies. King of Swords is like a master. He's using his words to get what he wants. It's very clear, very direct, lawyer type of energy. Knight of Swords energy reminds me more of a, oh, what's a great, I'm trying to figure out an example. Almost like a, yeah, almost like like a professor type of energy. So, or not even like a professor type of energy, but you know how there's like, so say the professor would be the King of Swords, and then you would have like the grad student, that would be the Knight of Swords energy. It's like they're not as eloquent as speaking, but they're able to do what they need, but they're able to speak still. I hate this man so much. So looking here with this Ten of Cups, with the Knight of Swords, he's weaving his way in to get into this family as much as he possibly can. Why? Because what he has hidden money. He has hidden money that he's not letting people know about, that he has stored away or stashed away. If people are like, oh, he's broke, so him and Deedee are broke, but Nadar isn't broke. He's getting money from somewhere else that he's not letting them know about. He's got money stashed away or hidden in somewhere. Hopes and
Could it
fears
be?
here. It's like I have to. He's looking to leave. He's the one that's wanting to leave. Three of Wands here. I gotta redirect my energy. I gotta go. I gotta figure out what I want to do. I gotta see. I gotta plan my next steps because I see the big picture of what's going on. Now I need to figure out how to do this because I think he sees the writing on the wall that this isn't going to end well.
Could it be that you know, I know that Nader and Chantal have been talking 1,000%. And Natter's not going to do anything unless money is involved. And he has been talking her up for the longest. And if you guys want a timeline about what I think when they started talking on the serious, I think Nader, ever since she got with Salah, Nader knew. He knew that, Chantal's annoying. She's a lot. And he knew that Salah probably wouldn't be able to deal with her for very long and that she would get on his nerves. And since Salah has been around other women, looking at other women, he knew that at some point Salah would screw up. So he's been like a snake in the dark, in the grass, in the shadows, waiting because he's always wanted his sugar baby status back. He wanted to be the main one, the only one. So he's like, the way for that to happen is if sugar baby number 2 screws up, and then that whole picture that she has of Salah would disappear. Like she would lose her faith in him. She would lose her sense of, I want to be in love with this person. She would just come to some realization that he's not into her. So we remember the Kai Bella thing that went down. And that was a huge source of embarrassment and humiliation for Chantal. She was crying in Canada. I gave away my cats for you. Like she never got over that. She's a vengeful, wrathful person. That is something she's not going to forget nor forgive. She may look past it for the moment, but she's not going to forgive you. So I think when that happened and she was feeling humiliated and embarrassed and awkward, that's when they started really talking on the phone. And she was crying to him, I feel so embarrassed. And he started acting like the friend. Oh, I care so much. Come back to Canada. It'll be so much better. I'm here for you. So they started up their conversations. And Natter's been able to sweet talk her out of money. And Chantal might have been sending Natter money this whole time. And if that's true, yeah, that might explain if he's got a hidden money stash, where that money is coming from, money that Deedee doesn't even know about. He might have a secret PayPal account or something that Chantal is sending money to and been stacking it up all this time.
And he's looking to leave. Unseen obstacles, this King of Swords. That's his parole officer, I think. There's something as parole officers, I think, been looking at a little bit too much here.
Oh,
King of Swords also makes me think of legal system. Look at here, Knight of Swords, King of Swords. That's his parole officer, his own.
if Natter went to jail, Natter, that would give you a place to be for a while. You get a bed, you get a toilet, you get a sink, you get fed 3 times a day. That would solve your where am I going to be for a while problem. And Deedee, that would solve your problem of how do I get him away from me and start my life over. So it might be best for the both of you.
Okay. So we have his parole officer is on his case about something. There's something there. Either he's been maybe almost caught violating parole. There's suspicions. Like there's something going on between him and his parole officer that he's not seeing coming at him sideways. The challenge is for him, he's repeating the same dang cycle. He's repeating cycles. Whatever he has done in the past, whatever people have known about him in the past, he is doing now. If you think he isn't, you're wrong. Point blank, period. What's going for him? Again, he has money stashed. He's got money stashed somewhere, whether that's an illegal means, whether that's he's got a coffee can underneath the sofa that he's got full of whatever sort of money that he needs to do. So if he needs to bolt out of this situation, he'll be fine. Again, he has money, it feels like everywhere. He has like pots of it stashed. He's got like if you think he's dumb about his money, I think we all need to reevaluate the grifter in him. He's got money stashed everywhere with that King of Pentacles. Here in the past, the Ten of Swords is like, I got burned once. I'm not getting burned again. I learned my lesson. And then here in the future, yeah, I'm just going to manipulate other people, other women to get what I need. And whether that's couch surfing or bed surfing or using whatever God has given me to make others feel good. Sure. I'm not getting near that 10-foot green peen. Anything that's not
Ugh.
even 10 foot. What am I? I'm not getting within 10 feet of the green peen. That's probably seen better days. But I'm so sorry for that imagery. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Okay. Hmm. What else can we get on these? Seven of Wands. Yeah, he's got stuff coming against him that he's not going to be able to defend himself against. Around the home, he's got home, family. His parole officer is looking at him. He is. Does he have some sort of fraud that's gonna kind of come up against him? Maybe like tax fraud or just monetary fraud. Because Four of Wands makes me feel there's something when it comes to the home, his location, where he's at. I'm also seeing like mail and checks. Like there's something with checks or there's something with mail, and it feels like that that they're like, what's going on here? And like I said, he's got like, it feels like he's got a coffee can of money, of wads of cash stored somewhere that he's just gonna be able to bolt with whenever he wants. Five of Wands. It's
Could
fighting
it
with
be
a
like a check fraud? Like he wrote, like he had Deedee, or he wrote a bad check, and that's the thing?
people with the sun. I'm being happy about this and getting with the Three of Cups. So I don't know if this is Chantal, but in my opinion here, uh Nadar, aka Koki, is talking with a third person. And he has already made plans, in my opinion, here that he already has a backup place secured and located for him whenever this with Deedee finally blows up in his face. My opinion here. He's got a home, and why I'm saying I don't think this is Chantal, and here's my reasoning why. This is a
Huh.
home. This is a home base. This is a place, solid foundation, a place where he can lay his head at night. That's the Four of Wands. Chantal is a transient nomad.
Yeah.
He's got a third person he's talking to, and he already knows he's set, secure, and ready to go. So Chantal, if you think Nader is going to go to you, him and Deedee break up, and because I'm sure you'll watch this video, if you think Nader's going to go to you after him and Deedee break up, when they break up, because that seems to be already on the table, and I'm pretty sure he's already told you that, uh, he's already got someone else lined up. He doesn't need you. You're just always going to be that third person. Just letting you know. Because you don't have a home. You don't have a place where he can lay his little itty bitty head on. Sorry, I just don't like this man. Um, so he's got a third person already. Yeah, he's already got a third person.
Okay, some thoughts about that. Like Chantal always wanted to be the boss and have power over Natter. And I've said this before in different reacts that I've done to her lives and her videos. Uh, if she wanted to get control of Natter, or there was even a chance of getting control of Natter, she went the exact opposite direction of what she should have gone. If she had screwed her head on straight, gotten her health together, got her body together, uh, got her finances together, like been really, really smart with her money, had a stable home, nice car, and all that, Nader would have been blowing up her phone. He wouldn't have left her alone. If she put off this energy of, I've got a lot, I am a lot, I am worth something, I've got value, he would have chased her all over the earth, to the ends of the earth, just because she is a woman of much means and she's getting things done and she's going places and she's a mover and a shaker. But she went the exact opposite direction. She became somebody who's extremely weak, extremely unstable, extremely unhealthy, nothing in savings, living off of feeder money and YouTube paychecks. She doesn't have much. And someone like Natter, who's also a scammer like she is, when they evaluate you and how much time they should spend around you, they look at what you have and what's available and what they can use and what they can make use of. So Chantal has never had a lot. She never got herself together. Nader looks at her and says she's completely unstable. She doesn't even have a home that I can move into and live with her and put up with her, and I can cook my awful messy meals and film my YouTube videos, which are worth nothing. She has literally nothing. And I'm sure he's watching her in Thailand right now, seeing her greened out, eating a bunch of food. She's not going places, she's not doing things. And he is taking stock in all of that and taking inventory and saying, like, there's no real future with her. I can't depend on her. What if I throw in all my chips on the table with her and she has a heart attack tomorrow? I just can't depend on that. I can't depend on her. You know, scam artists, they look for things they can depend on. They're looking for consistency, consistency that they can use and make use of. And she has none. She's got money for now, but it doesn't mean money for later. So yeah, he's taken that all into account. And if Chantal wanted to be with Nat or control Nat, or it's far too late now. She's shown far too much in the way of negativity and being lethargic and not taking care of herself.
And I think he's already getting checks sent there, or there's some sort of fraud getting whatever. It's this. He can go lay an egg. I'm okay. Sorry about that, y'all. So, okay, I'm just gonna do what's next for Mr. What's just next? What's just next for this power couple? Or I should say, what's gonna be next for Deedee? What's gonna be next for Nadar? I'm just gonna pull 3 cards each, and then we're gonna end it there, because I am over this energy. I'm just over it. I am. I really am. You can go suck an egg
Yeah.
and then lay that same egg. I'm he just makes me so very angry. And I get it, he makes probably quite a few people angry as well. Also, quick reminders as I'm shuffling up here again. Thank you so much again for watching. If you guys have enjoyed, feel free hit that like button down below. If you want to see more content like this, feel free hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment if you want. Let me know what your thoughts are. Whether or not maybe you hate Nodder as much as I do. Uh, which I would be, let's all band together. Uh, but yeah, otherwise, I really just want to appreciate everyone who just has engaged, watched, and the such. I really appreciate it as it helps the channel grow and have more people see the type of content I'm putting out. So yeah. Also, if you're interested, Girl World playlist. We can see more Girl World characters or side characters if you would so like. That's every video I've done. It is located there. All right, what's kind of the most likely? What's the most likely next step for these two? Nine of Cups reversed. Their world is blowing up.
Mm.
Or it's not just blowing up, but the world, they're being shown the real world. They aren't able to stay in this haze anymore. Why is this the King of Wands? Nodder sees it for what it is, and he's ready to go. He sees the writing on the wall, and I think is just ready to go. Financial influences, because there are greener pastures in which he can go and make more money in. Excuse me. Hopes and fears. He's got another person, a relationship here. Again, I think that he has a third person lined up on the side. Is that correct? Hearing yes. Is that Chantal though? No. He's got someone lined up. There it's greener pastures. It's more stable. There's more money to be made there. Unseen obstacles, those the 9 of Swords. There's a big fear that they're gonna find him again. They're gonna find him. Yeah, because he's trying to hide. He's trying to hide again. Oh, the challenge here is love. I don't think Chantal wants to let him go. No. And does Deedee want to let him go? No. Nodder, if Deedee and Nodder break up, it is not because Deedee wanted to break up with him. I don't know what or Chantal wanted to break up with him. Again, this is Nodder. Nodder is the one that's breaking up with them. But there's love here, which is weird. They want to stay connected to him. Again, I don't. Am I saying that? Am I judging people for their situations of them being in an abusive situation. I'm just gonna freaking say it. No, there's nothing like I want to and encourage people to leave. I don't want you to stay in a situation where you're being hurt, where you're being emotionally manipulated, where you don't know what one person's going to say from 1 second to the next. No. I want you to be empowered. I want you to feel the best that you possibly can. And I get it. You can fall in love with really bad people. We've seen it time and time again. Whether that's look at the Ted Bundy craze.
Like the thing with Natter is Natter doesn't love. I don't think he feels love. I think he uses the emotion of love that the women around him feel as a manipulation tactic. Like I'm already feeling like if he moves in with this third person, this mystery person, he could use that as a manipulation tactic against Deedee and Chantal as saying, I'm with this person, I'm living with this person, life is good. For me to get out of it, what are you offering? Like, what are you willing to offer to get me away from this situation? Because that's what he did with Chantal. Like, he got money out of Chantal, but he also used Deedee's presence as a way to get more money out of her. He will purposely bring Deedee around. Chantal has said out loud, I am addicted to this man. So Natter was literally another one of her addictions. And she has yet to conquer any of her addictions. So if you're addicted to something, heavily addicted, and then it gets cut off from you, you have no access to it, you will do anything to get back with it, to have it in your possession again. So Chantal said, I'm addicted to this man. And he knew that Chantal was insecure and jealous and possessive and controlling and wanted all of his time. He would bring Deedee around just to make her nuts so that she would get on the phone and say, if you get rid of Deedee or just come see me at a motel, I'll give you X amount of dollars to make that happen. So he used Deedee's presence as a way to get more out of her. So what's to stop Natter from doing that to both women? Like, oh, I'm with this person and I'm in her house. And what are you offering? Are you offering a better house? Are you offering a better life? Are you offering more money? What are you putting on the table? He will never put anything himself on the table as I'm bringing something of value and worth. He's always going to go for other people's value and worth.
And how everyone was like, he's so hot, he's so hot. I
No, he's
want to
not.
fall in love with him. Even though he was like, he killed like 16 people.
Not only that, I don't get it. Maybe I don't know. I don't get why women fight over Natter. Like, really, why? He's nothing special, but I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
I get it. It's some people are in situations, people, places, things, you that is how you cope. And I'm not going to hold that against anyone. What I am going to encourage though is that if you might be in love with that person. I'm not going to say that you aren't, but I want you to reevaluate how that love feels when it's reciprocated back to
Yeah,
you. You may be in love with that person, but are they in love with you?
right.
Do they show you love or do they show you contempt? Do they show you lust? Do they show you anything else that's just manipulation? Like, or is their love conditional? Like, again, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but again, just mm, it's really difficult as I'm sitting here and I'm like, the struggle coming up for these two is that it feels like Deedee doesn't want to let him go because she does love him. He doesn't love her, but she loves him. And I don't think that she's able to recognize in this situation that she's in. That
One thing about love, love is not controlling. It is not manipulative. It is not abusive. It shouldn't leave bruises or scratches or anything like that on you, whether inside or out. Love should not hurt that way. Love hurts occasionally, but not that way. If love is abusive, then it isn't love. It is not love.
That what's the love that she gives him is love. The love, in quotes, that he shows her, though, isn't love.
Nope.
And that's really sad. All right. What's going for these Six of Wands upright? A victory. I do see them coming into a little bit more money here, potentially, or being seen as victorious or standing out on top. Uh, ego, pride, just being victorious here. Hmm. In the past, the Wheel of Fortune, bad luck, bad opportunities. Yeah, these two have fallen on really hard times again. And here in the Four of Swords, I do feel like they are going to be breaking up. This is a relationship that will be no longer, but it's not going to be because of on Deedee's terms. This is going to be all on Nadar's terms. Whatever Nadar wants, he gets. It's plain and simple. Again, Chantal, if you're watching, he's not going to you if that's what you think. He's got someone else. He's got another third person lined up waiting who's just as obsessed with him and is willing to give him all of his money that he wants.
And that's the true calling card of a scammer. They always got something lined up for themselves. They living with somebody. Screw you. I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to make sure that my ducks are all in a row, that my butt is covered. And if whatever happens to you, I don't care. Not my problem, not my concern. I don't care how unfair it is. It's life. You'll get over it. You'll move on. You've got family. That's how users and scammers think. So I'm sure he does have something lined up. At the same time that he's controlling Deedee and not letting her talk to anybody, go anywhere, make plans for herself, because it gives him a sense of power, knowing that he's got her in the weaker position. And as long as she feels weak and as long as she is weak, he can control her for as long as he needs to until he throws the hammer down.
And then some. Six of Swords, I think this is going to be kept away from the internet uh, until he pops back up in a different location. Page of Pentacles reversed, Three of Cups, Page of Wands, and putting it all together. If we do know something about this, it's going to come from, it'll come from Chantal.
Really?
Page of Swords, that's Chantal. She's no queen. Not when it comes to her words. She's very childish in that way. But Page of Swords, if we know anything about this new relationship, it's going to be coming from Chantal. Because we're doing this out of anger, out of just a heat of the moment. Three's a crowd. She's still the third person. She's not going to be number two. She's always going to be number three. Page of Pentacles here because she can't give the money that he needs or wants, or the place that he wants to lay with the internet. Um, Again, it feels like Deedee and Nadar are breaking up. My opinion here. He's got a third person already lined up. He's got the money that he's got stashed away, and he's ready to leave. And he's just gonna leave Deedee in a pile of dirt.
Yep.
Not even dirt, but dirt, dust, shattered, is what it feels like. Broken. And I'm fuming that that is what it's coming down to. Because it shouldn't have even gotten this far. This man should be in jail. My opinions. But that's what I'm seeing here for these two. If you guys enjoyed this, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below. And I really just want to thank you so very, very much for watching. And feel free, if you want to support me, you can, or if you want a private reading, you can do so using the link down below in the description box. Or
Great reading, Sunburst Tarot. Really, really insightful about those two. And you're confirming a lot of things that I've been talking about in my tarot readings. The fact that I feel that tension between Nadar and Deedee. I saw that. I got the Tower card. Like, it's not happy there. It's so not happy. He's not been happy for a minute. But thank you for all that wonderful insight to Nadar and Deedee. Really enjoyed it. So, you guys, I'm going to cut it off here. And as you can see, I've got a lot of packing to do. Again, sorry about the mess, but I got to put stuff in bags to load into a car in a bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this last minute tarot reading. I'm going to try and go ahead and upload it to YouTube so you guys can enjoy while I do my